Hi, I'm Louise from Emotional Detox. And before I start, just so that you know, if you need to at any point whilst I'm speaking, go straight to my website. You can do it from this posting. There's a direct link there. So that makes it very easy. Now, what I'm going to talk about and share with you today is about healthy energy boundaries. I've had a lot of calls and inquiries, and I am working with a number of people who have either got ME or chronic fatigue, or they're feeling really low energy, and I have a sense and a knowing that they're kind of being burdened by other people's toxicity or toxic energy links or ties that they can't extricate themselves from, even if it's from past partners, or it's because something in their house feels like it's sort of invasive or oppressive. And of course what I do is energy clearing, so I work directly with all these sorts of hooks and links and cords and binds and toxic relationships and toxic houses and toxic businesses and all sorts of relationships that are, basically leave somebody in a state of near collapse sometimes. And we've all felt it. And I think, just actually when you do break up from someone, you can feel pretty terrible, and you can't stop thinking about them. So I do have a lot of compassion. And of course, I'm pretty sensitive myself. I have to be to do this kind of work. And that means there has to be a level of vulnerability. But there's about knowing your personal energy and knowing your personal power is all about the way that you can come to a place where your energy is clean enough inside you and pure enough, and you are connected with your source energy, and you know your identity as source energy, and therefore that is your power. That is your protection. Now, of course, I am completely understanding that we can either come in with a strong knowledge of our identity as source and light and love and that personal power, and that is our creative power as well, or we can be less connected to it, and on our journey as we move from that unity consciousness and have all these experiences in the physical body lifetime after lifetime, having explorations and discoveries and all sorts of journeys and adventures in anything but love and light and health. And in those experiences, we can get injured, and parts of us, parts of our being, can feel damaged. And so the journey of healing is having a recognition and a conscious decision, making a conscious decision to heal those fractures that are somewhere embedded in the core of our identity and our personal power. And when we do that, we can come back into our sovereign right, which is actually its own protection. So I'm saying this because I think a lot of people can and have, and I've worked with people who felt sort of cursed, or some kind of spell on them, or someone's got their hooks into them. And all of this can be worked with and dealt with. But at the end of the day, you're susceptible to that if your own energy is fractured and flawed and weakened. So it's a two-pronged process. You've got to get into realignment with source and light and identify and be moving into your power and claim that power. And for some people that can be pretty scary in itself, because we are born into what is called duality, where there's right, wrong, good, bad, and polarized experiences. And in those polarized experiences, we can feel anything but powerful. So we learn that it's sometimes scary to have power because we can be attacked. But we've got the opportunity now in this particular age at the moment, of the feminine age, where we can reclaim our power and our sovereign right and learn that it's okay, that we don't have to, just because we're unconditionally loving, it doesn't mean that we have to let everything and everyone in. It's about discernment. It's about being willing to be assertive when we need to be assertive. So sometimes it does require that we do tell certain people to fuck off. Or block them, or whatever we need to do. And blocking them is a decision. It's a decision that you're not going to be entertaining someone else's energy. And you have that right, and you have that choice. And the more you assert that right and assert that choice, the less problems that you actually have, because life is waiting for you to step right into who you are. And who you are is not someone that can be threatened, and not someone that can be interfered with. Now, I don't want to get into the ramifications and all the exceptions that people are going to come up with. What I'm interested in here is talking to those people that are serious about stepping into their personal power, seriously want to do something about the way that they're feeling and thinking, whether it's going on in their own personal life, in their relationships, or there's something in their home that feels off, and be willing to take responsibility for self-care, so that your energy can be cleaned up, and then you can make those choices as to who and what you have in your world and your life. And that might mean a bit of unravelling of conditioning from parents about what's right and what's wrong, and what you can and can't say, and what you do and you don't want, and what you should want. All of it needs to come into a conscious alignment with what you want, because what you give to yourself, you're actually giving to the world, and what you deny yourself, you're denying the world. And if we are indeed all one, what you do for a self, you're doing for another. And it's a liberating process. This is about freedom, and your right in freedom, and your sovereign right not to be interfered with, and not to be oppressed by other people's energies. And so if you're serious about this, I do offer a free 15-minute consultation, exploratory consultation time, where we look at what what would be good for you, what would you need from me going forward. So whether that's energy clearings and a feedback session, or your house or your business needs to be cleared and the business dynamics, or relationships or family relationships, whether you want couples counselling or emotional detoxing or stress management. There's a lot of different things on my site, including healing child sexual abuse program and recovery. So if you want to get in contact with me, please go to my site. All my details are there. You can text me. That's the quickest way to get a conversation with me. And the details are for Facebook, it's Emotional Detox, and the logo for that is a yellow dandelion. And my website is www.emotional-detox.com. So thank you very much for listening. It's Louise Smart from Emotional Detox. Bye for now.